Hello and welcome to episode number 31 of the Rowe-Thrush live stream interview series. My name is Mark Winters with Rowe-Thrush. For those not familiar with Rowe-Thrush, we are a manufacturer's representative that specializes in Grainger, providing sales, marketing, and business development services. Today, we represent over 60 brands sold by Grainger in various product categories such as lighting and electrical, HVAC refrigeration, material handling, safety and security, hand tools, janitorial, raw materials, packaging supplies, law enforcement, and public safety. Today, we're proud to represent the Prysmian Group and welcome Jeff Lader. Hey, Jeff, how's it going today?
Good to be here. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to this, Mark.
All right, Jeff, so let's get into it. Can you start off by introducing yourself? Tell us three things. How long have you been with the Prysmian Group? What do you do at the Prysmian Group? And of course, what is your favorite TV show or movie currently?
Okay, well, that third one's the easiest maybe. Hey, I'm in my 20th year with the Prysmian Group. We were, until 4 years ago, we were General Cable. General Cable in 2018 was acquired by the Prysmian Group. Prysmian is based out of Milan, Italy, and we are the largest wire and cable company in the world. We're a manufacturer of wire and cable, and we rely on distribution to get our product to the customer. As far as my favorite TV show, any Green Bay Packer game. I love the reruns when it's a winning game.
I agree with that. Born in Wisconsin, it's a must. So can you tell us about the Prysmian Group and what product solutions you provide working with Grainger?
Sure. As big as we are, you can hear about submarine cable. We actually own ships that lay undersea cable to wire up different countries and islands and everything. We're a big infrastructure play. We're into data cable. We're into a lot of different things in the telco world. But really, for the MRO world, maintenance and repair, the factory floor, the Carroll branded product, portable cord for portable power, rubber jacketed portable power cable, extension cords are huge. I mean, every contract or every shop floor needs extension cords, and they seem to disappear, so you need a lot of them. Holiday season, winter, they come well in hand. And datacom cable. I mean, everybody's doing something on data, and there's no shortage of a need for what's called category cable, Cat 5e, Cat 6 cable. We do a lot together with that to wire up different electronic devices. One of the more unexciting cables, but it's used everywhere, is electronic cable. Simple round gray cable or single conductor hookup wire. Virtually every one of the Grainger accounts uses hookup wire. Simply have to ask for it. Now, if they're looking for hundreds of thousands of feet of these cable, they probably found a wire specialist that is stocking it, cutting it, doing a whole lot of things in wire and cable, and you don't want to go there. But for these day-to-day opportunities that exist in almost every single Grainger account, when you're talking to somebody on facility maintenance or the plant floor, do not hesitate to say, what are you doing on wire and cable? What are you doing for portable power or extension cords? What about your data systems or your fire alarm and life safety systems? We've got a cable and we can help you with that solution.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think wire and cable intimidates a lot of Grainger sellers because they don't think that they can be cost competitive. But that really only applies to building wire. When you get into the breadth of our product offering, that is definitely not the case. So let's talk about the Prysmian portfolio of products and specifically what Grainger vertical sales segments these products can be used in.
Sure. Manufacturing, it's unlimited, and you probably heard me say manufacturing and MRO so many different times, but if you're in the Midwest, food processing, food and beverage plants, those are great examples, and we're in the Midwest, so you can use that. You go down along the coast, and it could be petrochemical plants and things like that. And I think a couple slides down, we'll get into some more examples.
We do.
But those are just some basic things for manufacturing. There isn't a market where any of us live that healthcare isn't a big play. In healthcare, I know I worked with a Grainger salesperson in Texas a number of years ago. Hey, there were some big reels of portable cord, which we have Carroll portable cords sitting in a storeroom at a hospital. And we went in and talked to them about it, how they use it and what lengths they need and everything that we could help them out. But healthcare is in every market, and there's wire and cable. All our wire and cables are used there. Hospitality, I love on 8S. There's a nice guide laying it out, but I travel a fair amount, and I always think about it. I look at check into the hotel, big or small. There's access control with a card reader right at the door. There's cable behind that. There's fire alarm in the hallway. There's video cameras for security cables. So the hospitality is big, and it moves around and changes a lot. So there's replacement cable there. And then like healthcare, where isn't there education, whether it's higher ed or middle schools, basic elementary education? Every one of those uses cable. And remember the summer seasons or during holiday breaks, when school closes down, the cable business jumps up because they're always doing life safety or other demands to update the infrastructure for the schools.
Very true. All right. So you mentioned a few, but let's talk about some more specific applications for specific product types. What customer business issues do Prysmian products provide solutions for?
Well, I think you can see if you're looking at the slides, productivity. Nobody wants downtime with heavy equipment or expensive equipment, so productivity is a big one. Our business spikes like crazy, and I'm sure Grainger does too, during storm season. We start stocking up on our heavy gauge portable power cord later in the summer. Our emergency preparedness guide is just great for that. Here are all the cables we have to help in a pinch, but the biggest one would be some of our Type W, which is heavy gauge cord, portable cord for portable power. We've all had power outages. You think about it when there's hurricane season, as awful as that is for so many people, it's a huge opportunity to help out with cables. So of everything up there, I'd say emergency preparedness is one of the best opportunities. Together we can take cable solutions through Grainger and help your customers. Safety is another one. I think of life safety, for example. We talked about a little bit in the hospitality industry. Fire alarm cable, every building's wired up for a fire alarm system. Everybody pretty much has access control. Very little are we using keys anymore, but that access control always has cables. So plenty of life safety at a plant level, at a hospitality level, at a healthcare. Every vertical we've talked about, think about life safety in there too. We've got a great little brochure, a trifold on alarm and security cable. Could be great for you. And then keep stock. I would love to see more of our hookup wire in every keep stock program. It's single conductor wire. Everybody uses it. No kidding. Virtually every Grainger account uses hookup wire at some point. If nothing else, they need a few spools of different colors and 100 footers. Perfect for keep stock because they always need it. It's handy there just as much as they need tape, gloves, and other tools. So
Yeah.
I hope that hits the spot, gives you some ideas, Mark.
It does. Thank you.
Good.
Also, the networking cable I think has a play for the keep stock. As there is more reliance on IT and data transmission. You mentioned phone systems now being VoIP, which is networking cable, and then the computers and the amount of data that gets transmitted. A lot of customers are going to be looking to upgrade their category cable to accommodate the larger data transmissions.
One other good point. So many people go, well, everything's Wi-Fi. I'm doing this remotely from Wi-Fi right now.
Yep.
But there's something called a WAP or WAP, wireless access point. You could probably look up in your building and see them. Behind every wireless access point is a Cat 6A cable or some version of it. And, when a new building goes up, that's a big play. There's a warranted solution, but it's the moves, adds, and changes. Everybody's always changing. Need to move, add, change. I need a couple rolls of this or whatever, and I need it in a pinch. Guess what? Grainger has it on the shelf. Jump to the rescue, I guess.
Yep. So you wouldn't think that there is a lot of innovation when it comes to wiring cable, but we actually have a couple of product features and benefits that are innovative and differentiated. Would you like to highlight those for us?
Hey, this is one of your favorite cables. We can do this together.
It is.
who thinks about extension cords? We see them at every big box store all over the place, and there's no shortage of extension cords. Just about all extension cords are made offshore and imported now. This is made in the USA. So if you're in a union shop or anybody who's pro-USA product, that's one key point you can put on it. But I don't know about you, but our garage has no shortage of different colors of extension cord. And I know there's a blue one. It is all kinked up and everything. I bought it on a pinch years ago, and it's a low-grade, inexpensive extension cord. It doesn't work. Cold weather, this thing goes to extreme temperatures. It's extremely flexible. It's bright, the bright color, so it shows up. Big thing, if you look at the third image in the bottom there, just to the left of the yellow limited lifetime warranty, that's lit up. When this is plugged in and it's hot, nobody wants to pick it up, especially on a work environment or a wet area or outdoors anywhere. Hey, it's hot. This is live. You have power to the source. That's a good safety feature. You truly have a selling feature on what's viewed as a very commodity Me Too product, something we can differentiate on. It also has a clear plastic sleeve on the conductor that, if it's a contract or something, I'm always losing these. They lose them. That's frustrating for them, but good for us because you can sell them another one. But somebody can put a tag on, hey, this stays in the maintenance room, or this is Jeff for Mark's Cable or whatever. They can put ownership on it. It's heat shrink, so they can heat it up and it stays on there permanently. And as we've highlighted very well, it's limited lifetime warranty, but extreme temperature, extreme conditions, and very flexible. If anybody lives in a cold environment and you do anything where you have to plug your car in at night, or you're doing outdoor extension cords for Christmas decorations, things like that, you start getting cable to get stiff, and believe me, there are a lot of them that do that. You or your customers are going to love this cable. It's a great convenience item, and extension cords, portable power, again, are used anywhere and everywhere.
I could not agree more. Yeah, I agree. There's a very cool product video that we have that shows this product in use in some of those extreme environments, the abusive indoor environments, the hot and cold outdoor environments. And it obviously highlights the resistance to, oil, water, ozone, chemicals. And like you said, it's made in the USA, which is a big deal as well.
Great. Good question. Thanks, Mark.
How about the Gen Clean jacket?
Yeah, here's another innovation in the last few years. All of our Carroll portable cords have a Gen Clean. It's called Gen Clean technology. It's a play to the old name, General Cable. So play off Gen and Clean. But if you go into environments like food and beverage, where you have washouts on a factory floor and they need to wash all the equipment down and the cords attached to it, there are a lot of cords that don't hold up to repeated washings. So we came up with a Gen Clean technology it's in the compound, a jacket that holds up to repeated cleaning. The other thing is you need identification to show that it's UL approval or what the cord is. That won't wash off. So it holds up to repeated cleanings in harsher environments, and it's more sanitary friendly as well.
So that's a proprietary technology that's exclusive to Prysmian, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome.
A selling advantage when somebody says, hey, all cables are alike and I want the lowest price, you can say, not so fast. We've got the best cord in the product on our shelf.
And this feature applies to all of our Super Viewtron Supreme products, which are among our top selling SKUs within the Grainger product offering.
Yeah.
All right. So the next slide, I always like to ask, if I am a Grainger seller, what should I be looking for to identify an opportunity exists for Prysmian products?
New job sites, temporary power. We've talked about portable power. I mean, there's no shortage of infrastructure projects going up when you're on the job site. Hey, where are you with temporary power? Let's talk about our, portable cord products, and let's talk about our frog hide extension cords. Emergency preparedness, there's a whole guide, and if you're watching us today, really make sure you go to 8S and get that guide. There's a slew of cables that you can offer to your customers on that, but I might be beating emergency preparedness to to death, but think of every time there's a disaster, there's a need for more cable, especially the portable power. We've talked about healthcare and medical facilities. They're everywhere. They're in every single market. You can't say, we don't have that harsh environment or whatever. Healthcare. Ask for the cable business in addition to everything else you're already in the door selling. When we talk about hospitalities, it can be the big stadiums, but every community has public facilities, whether it's a local convention center, local theater, whatever, hotels, meeting places, public forums. Think of the convention center business. Yeah. There's a lot to offer there.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you've ever been to a sporting event or a concert or a convention, I mean, the amount of portable power cord that is used for that singular event is just insane. It's really significant sales opportunity for Grainger with their established customer base, of course.
I love the golf tournaments or events like that because there's cable wired all over the course, and then they roll it up and some gets thrown away and they need to buy more for the next one. Out of everything we're doing, though, I love to put emphasis on the light and heavy manufacturing. There are so many manufacturing businesses, and I think that's where Grainger historically has excelled at. MRO, the facility maintenance manager, the plant, somebody in plant engineering, who's in charge of the maintenance and repair and the repurchase items. Ask for the cable. It's in there. Everybody likes the big order. Everybody likes the glamour stuff. But that factory floor maintenance and repair in every manufacturing facility, there's cable and they need it and you have it on the shelf.
That's true. They're using it and they're getting it somewhere. So why not get it from Grainger, especially if you can be cost competitive? So Jeff, do we have any tools or resources available to assist Grainger sellers in the field?
Well, you teed that up. A lot of thanks to Rowe-Thrush. Many of these tools on here are Rowe-Thrush creations. You've heard me say, and it's in the upper right on this screen, you see the fire alarm bell there, our trifold alarm and security brochure. You know nothing about cable, you can look like an expert because you can walk in with your customer, open it up, and say, oh yeah, we use some of this, we use some of that. Wow, you made my security cable selection very easy. So that's a dynamic piece when it's life safety, security type applications. You see a couple on the bottom half here, plant floor guides. If you don't know much about cable, you're not real comfortable. Bottom middle, that's a schematic view of a plant floor, typical plant floor. And then on the other side, it lists various cables, various parts of the plant. It's guided, like a guided tour through the plant. And you can say, oh yeah, you're working over in this machine tool area or this area. Yeah, here's some of the cables as examples. It just lists a few of them, but it's a door opener where you can go in. We can help you with these cables. And like any good conversation, you mean you can help me with that cable? Well, I have 5 more. Can you help me with that? And because you're Grainger, they'll probably say, well, I've got connectivity and a lot of other things. So once you've gotten the cable, I bet you walk away with 3, 4 or more other lines that you offer to get in there. But this is a door opener for the plant floor. If you look to the right, we also have them for hospitality, we have them for healthcare, and we have them for education.
Yep.
So you can look like experts, and this is on 8S, and this is just a sampling. There's even more than what we have here, but alarm and security and the plant floor would be 2 I would jump at. And if you want to sell more cable, you want to look good, grab those 2 after this call.
Yes, there are definitely more PDFs available than this. Everything that we create is interactive, driving traffic back to Grainger.com so that they can see some of the enhanced content, the product videos, the secondary images, as well as these documents that highlight the Grainger SKUs that are relevant to the specific verticals or areas of a plant floor for candidates. One thing that is not pictured on this slide, Jeff, that I think is worth mentioning is we also have cross-reference guides.
Yes. Yeah. In the electronic world, the big 3 over the years have been the Alpha brand, the Belden brand, and the Carroll brand. Prysmian General Cable in 1990 acquired Carroll Cable, so it's a brand Carroll. But Carroll Cable is well known to people that have been in the cable business for a while. Belden certainly is. Well, a lot of times you see on a spec, I need a Belden cable or an equal. As soon as you hear the word equal, look at our cross-reference, cross Belden to Carroll. You have a solution on the shelf for your customer, and quite often you're going to be saving your customer money too. Cross-references are pretty straightforward, easy to use, and we have hundreds of cables we cross from Belden to Carroll to help you out.
Very true. All right. So what else would you like our audience to know about the Prysmian Group today?
Well, there are a lot of wire and cable companies in the world. There are probably about 10,000 wire and cable companies alone in Asia. You see more imports hitting the market, but we are truly a global manufacturer. We make everything. We have dozens of plants just in the U.S. Most of the plants making the cables we've talked about, the Grainger stocks, are made in Kentucky, Tennessee, or in New England, in Rhode Island, and New Hampshire. We stock locally or fairly centrally. Chino, California for the West Coast, Lebanon, Indiana for the Midwest, and Grainger carries a very strong inventory of our cables. As Prysmian, we've only grown bigger and more diverse, and there are a whole lot of cables that you don't see us talking about, you don't see if you're in there. But through Rowe-Thrush and Grainger sourcing, you get a call for a cable and you say, oh, it's not in anything we're talking about today. Give us a call, or through your sourcing, more often than not, we probably have it somewhere in our portfolio. Yes. We're big, we're getting bigger, and we're not just big. We stick to wire and cable, we stick to the basics. We like to be good with that. We're not the distributor. We need Grainger with your customer relationships, your ends, to sell our cable, and we're happy to be partnered with you for over 50 years.
Yes, so longtime partner of Grainger, many decades, broad product offering, with a majority of it made in the USA and stocked by Grainger. So those are all good, very valid, good points, Joe. I'm going to call out for questions from the audience before we get to our last slide, so that people can get those teed up and ready, if there are any. As we go to our final slide, it'll show you our contact information for me and Chris Junker, who is our inside sales contact for trade and installers. He's responsible for the Grainger account and has worked on the Grainger account for many years. So if you need any assistance with your customer, please do not hesitate to reach out to either of us. Are there any last questions?
Do you want to advance that slide to the count?
Oh, there
you go. Good.
Sorry for that delay. All right. Any questions from the audience?
Happy to help.
All right. Anything else from you, Jeff?
Mark, we love what Rowe-Thrush does. We like your relationships with Grainger. They're very valuable to us. So appreciate you making this happen today. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you. I appreciate you as well. Thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Both a video and audio recording of this interview will be available on the Rowe-Thrush SharePoint site, which is exclusive to the Grainger sales force. On the SharePoint site, you can also find Grainger-focused videos and a library of Grainger-branded literature, including what we covered today on the interview of Prysmian. The Grainger-branded literature is for all of the supplier brands that we represent into Grainger. Please reach out to me or James Thrush for more information on the Rowe-Thrush SharePoint site. The next live stream interview will be next Friday, May 13th, and will be a rewind episode featuring Altronics, power and data transmission solutions for professional security, surveillance, access control, and fire systems. So please be sure to join us for that. Thank you for joining us today, and take care.